Okay, so here's how to test your ground loop. I pulled the brake light out so I could access the wires. Mine's a 79, so you might have different colors. The red and white is the one that goes to the brake, and your e-brake is obviously going to be up here, but it should still function the same way. Anyway, so you want to check for continuity from the light to the brake. Sorry, I gotta set the phone down. So I just pushed the lead into the light on the red and white side, and then I'll come down to this plug that goes to my e-brake and check it for continuity. So it's good, and I just plugged it in. For me, it was the top one on this T-plug. It may not be the same orientation. It doesn't really make a difference, but either one should be connected to this bulb and give you a continuous signal. The next thing you can do while we're at the e-brake is check the switch. So this is with the e-brake off, so it's pushing on the plunger for my ear. Should be similar for yours, just a different location. When it's pushing on the plunger and you check these two, it should be an open. You shouldn't have any continuity, so I'll check that. So I'm touching those two together, and there's nothing. And then if I pull the e-brake, now this plunger is up, and we should have continuity. And we do. So that's good. That's how you check your switch. And then the last step is this e-brake, the other end of the plug here runs to your brakes. And so we want to check for continuity through that loop. And you already verified that you had a ground at the brake low pressure sensor. So this will just check this loop to make sure it's connected to that, so that it's getting that ground. So in my case, the top of the T, this one, went to the brake light. So I'll check the other one to make sure that it's connecting to the wire that leads to the low pressure sensor. So I need to move a little bit. I'm gonna set my multimeter on the dash, and then push this connector into the bottom plug on the T plug, and get around here. So this is the connector that goes to the brakes. I have it unplugged already. I'll just bring it up to my multimeter and check this one real quick. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing. but it's good. That connection's good. So that's what you want to see for your ground loop, to make sure that you're going from the brake light, tracing it to the, so from the brake light, tracing it to the e-brake, so you know that that path is good. And then from the e-brake all the way to the low pressure sensor, which is where it gets its ground from. So once you've got all of that and you already verified the ground, you know that your ground loop is good. And since you have power and you're not getting the light lighting up, I mean, the problem really has to be somewhere in this ground loop. So one of these tests should help you to pinpoint where that's coming from. Good luck.